Kelvin, a young man in his 20s, is reincarnated into a fantasy world after meeting a tragic end in his previous life. As an ordinary person in his past life, he finds himself in a completely different world full of magic, powerful creatures, and immense danger. When he is reincarnated, the goddess of reincarnation bestows upon him immense powers and the prestigious SS rank sorcerer class. This marks him as an extraordinarily gifted individual, placing him at the center of a world brimming with magic, myth, and conflict. The world he finds himself in is one where magic and combat are deeply intertwined. Adventurers are highly regarded in this society, and the Adventurers Guild serves as the main hub for those seeking to complete quests and gain fame. Upon arriving in this new world, Kelvin realizes that his abilities will allow him to live a life far beyond what he could ever have imagined in his former life. He decides to join the guild, eager to put his new powers to the test. Kelvin's adventure begins in a small village, where he quickly discovers the importance of the Adventurers Guild. The guild provides quests that range from simple tasks to world-threatening missions. As a powerful sorcerer, Kelvin immediately stands out in the guild. His abilities far surpass those of most adventurers, and his magical prowess earns him admiration and respect. The powers granted by the goddess include the ability to cast high-level spells, summon powerful creatures, and control an array of elemental forces. This makes him an unstoppable force when it comes to dealing with most threats. His first quest is to clear a dungeon filled with monsters. Kelvin approaches the challenge with confidence, using his incredible strength and magic to defeat every creature inside with ease. This success quickly garners the attention of others, and it isn't long before he begins taking on more difficult tasks. The higher-ranked quests lead him to even greater challenges, including dealing with dangerous magical beasts, battling corrupt knights, and protecting innocent people from various threats. While completing a quest, Kelvin encounters a low-ranking slime. At first, the slime seems to be nothing more than a nuisance, a weak creature that is beneath the notice of most adventurers. However, after forming a bond with the creature, whom he names Chloe, the slime begins to evolve and grow more powerful under Kelvin's care. Over time, Chloe becomes a valuable companion, showcasing the potential for growth that even the weakest of creatures can have when paired with the right person. Their bond deepens, and Chloe proves to be not just an ally, but a symbol of Kelvin's ability to nurture and strengthen those around him. As Kelvin's power continues to grow, so does his notoriety. He takes on more difficult and dangerous quests, becoming one of the most famous adventurers in the guild. He's recognized not just for his magic, but also for his strategic brilliance. During one particularly intense quest, Kelvin faces off against a powerful knight, whose strength and skill rival his own. After an epic battle, Kelvin defeats the knight but spares his life. Rather than killing him, Kelvin offers the knight a chance to join his cause. The knight, impressed by Kelvin's strength and character, accepts the offer, and the two form a partnership. This moment highlights Kelvin's unique ability to turn enemies into allies and his growing influence over the people around him. As Kelvin's fame spreads, he becomes embroiled in a series of events that hint at a much greater destiny. During one of his quests, he uncovers a prophecy that foretells the return of the Demon King, an ancient evil that has the power to destroy the world. The prophecy indicates that the Demon King's return will be catastrophic, and that the one who defeats him will be the world's savior. As Kelvin learns more about the prophecy, he begins to realize that his reincarnation may not be an accident. His strength and the magical abilities he possesses might be the key to preventing the world's destruction. Kelvin's role in this world becomes clearer as he continues his journey. He is not merely an adventurer or a powerful sorcerer. He is the chosen one, the individual destined to confront the Demon King and save the world. However, the path ahead is fraught with danger. As the world inches closer to the return of the Demon King, Kelvin faces numerous trials and obstacles that test both his abilities and his character. Along the way, he forms alliances with powerful figures, including Leo, the guild master, who hints that Kelvin's reincarnation is tied to a greater plan to defeat the Demon King. Through these alliances, Kelvin uncovers more details about the kingdom's history and the prophecy itself. He learns that the Demon King's return is imminent, and that only someone with immense magical strength and a strong will can stand against him. To prepare for this final battle, Kelvin must continue to grow stronger, not just in terms of his magical abilities, but in his leadership and strategic thinking. Kelvin's journey is not just about acquiring power. It's about discovering the true nature of his abilities, understanding his purpose, and learning how to use his strength to protect those he cares about. Along the way, he forms deep bonds with his companions, including Chloe, Risha, the elf he rescued from slavery, and the knight he once defeated. These individuals play crucial roles in his growth, offering both support and wisdom as they face the challenges that lie ahead. As the return of the Demon King draws closer, Kelvin's strength and determination are put to the test. He faces increasingly difficult monsters, powerful foes, and political intrigue within the kingdom. The growing tension around the prophecy intensifies, and Kelvin realizes that he must be ready for the greatest battle of his life. The fate of the world hinges on his ability to confront the Demon King and prevent the prophecy from coming true. Amidst the chaos, Kelvin continues to evolve. From a young man unsure of his place in the world, he transforms into a capable leader and powerful sorcerer. His rise through the Adventurers Guild is not just a reflection of his magical strength, but also of his character and his ability to unite people. The challenges he faces force him to confront his own doubts and fears, pushing him to become the hero the world needs. Kelvin's companions play an essential role in his journey. Chloe, his slime companion, continues to evolve and become a symbol of the bond they share. Risha, the elf, finds healing and purpose in Kelvin's party. The knight who once fought against him becomes a loyal ally, and other powerful adventurers join his cause as they unite to face the threat of the Demon King. Through each battle, Kelvin learns valuable lessons about leadership, friendship, and sacrifice. Despite the growing threats, Kelvin remains focused on his ultimate goal, to protect the kingdom and stop the return of the Demon King. With each passing day, his abilities continue to evolve, and his understanding of his role in the prophecy deepens. The final battle is fast approaching, and Kelvin must be ready to face the darkness head-on. He knows that the future of the world rests on his shoulders, and he is determined to rise to the occasion, no matter the cost. As the story progresses, the tension builds. The world teeters on the brink of destruction, and Kelvin's actions will determine its fate. Through his battles, growth, and relationships, he proves that he is not just a powerful sorcerer, but the hero the world needs to prevent the impending catastrophe. His journey is one of self-discovery, filled with challenges, victories, and losses. But through it all, Kelvin remains resolute, knowing that only by embracing his destiny can he save the world and those he loves. Kelvin and Ethel are invited by a receptionist named Angie to a new sweet shop in the market. Eager to try the new treats, they enjoy sampling sweets together. Just as they are relishing their time, a group of nobles suddenly bursts into the shop. The group is led by a grumpy prince who demands that Kelvin apologize for something unspecified. The prince then insists that Kelvin hand over Ethel and Angie to him for a couple of days. Kelvin, furious at the audacity of the prince, uses his magic to slam one of the nobles against the wall and warns the others not to interfere. When the prince refuses to answer Kelvin's questions and continues to demand unreasonable things, Kelvin uses his gravity magic to pin him to the ground. He is determined to make the prince answer. The prince eventually relents and reveals that he came to meet Guild Master Leo, hoping to recruit him to work for him. His aim is to use the Guild Master's power to gain fame and influence, eventually hoping to become the king. Kelvin laughs at the idea and reveals that he himself is the adventurer Guild Master Leo, laughing at the prince's delusions. Kelvin further insults him, making it clear that he would never be forced to work for someone like the prince. After this intense encounter, Kelvin and his companions leave the shop and head back to the guild. As they return, the receptionist gives them some updates about the guild, including some new heroes. However, she expresses concern that their levels are still low and that they might not be ready for what lies ahead. She hints at the revival of the Demon Lord, a force that could prove disastrous if the heroes aren't properly prepared. Later that day, Guild Master Leo gives Kelvin some more serious news. A secret room has been discovered in a cave, and there are concerns that it may house a powerful demon. After receiving this information, Kelvin agrees to take on the quest to investigate and deal with whatever threat might be inside the cave. He and his team set out immediately to investigate the situation. Upon arriving, they meet Erd, an instructor who had previously tested Ethel's abilities. Erd provides them with more information, including details about the protective barrier placed around the cave, ensuring that no one will get hurt while investigating the area. The group prepares to explore the cave further, uncertain of what they will find within. As they move deeper into the cave, they come across a large and ominous door. They open it and find a demon girl locked in a cage, seemingly trapped for an extended period. Just as they start to process this sight, an archdemon named Victor appears, and a confrontation begins. Victor is not just any demon, he claims to be an S-rank demon, a dangerous opponent. As they exchange words, Victor reveals a shocking truth. The girl they have found is the daughter of the previous Demon Lord, a key figure in the ongoing conflict involving the revival of the Demon Lord. The team is stunned by this revelation but prepares themselves for what is sure to be a difficult fight. Victor explains that the seal on him can only be broken by a human, and once he is freed, he plans to consume the Demon Lord's daughter and claim the title of the next Demon Lord for himself. The situation grows even more dire as Victor begins his assault. Kelvin and his team are forced to defend themselves against this powerful foe. Gerard, one of the team members, uses his sword to attack Victor, while Kelvin casts a variety of spells to defend and protect the group. The battle intensifies, with Victor revealing even greater strength, transforming into a massive and terrifying demon form. Despite the overwhelming power Victor displays, Kelvin and his team continue to fight back with all their might. They know they cannot afford to lose, as the fate of the Demon Lord's daughter, as well as the future of the world, is at stake. Gerard uses his shield to protect the group, while Chloe unleashes powerful curse shots to weaken the demon. Victor, however, proves to be a formidable opponent, resisting their attacks with ease. But even though he is powerful, the team remains determined. At a critical moment in the battle, Eiffel uses her magical archery skills to shoot a powerful arrow at Victor, injuring him and giving the team an opening to attack. With Victor weakened, Gerard seizes the opportunity to strike a decisive blow, cutting off one of Victor's arms. However, Victor is far from defeated. As he laughs maniacally, he transforms again, this time growing even stronger and more terrifying. The battle becomes even more desperate, with Victor seeming to have the upper hand. Kelvin orders the team to retreat temporarily, regrouping and rethinking their strategy. As Victor attacks Gerard, Chloe steps in to protect him, giving Kelvin the chance to unleash a devastating combination of blaze arrows and a solar beam. The combined magical assault hits Victor, slamming him into the wall with incredible force. The explosion causes part of the ceiling to collapse, but Victor manages to save the Demon Lord's daughter just in time, shielding her from the falling debris. Despite his efforts to protect the girl, Victor is finally overpowered and collapses. As he dies, Kelvin approaches him and demands to know why he tried to save the girl. Victor, in his final moments, explains that he had been a loyal servant of the previous Demon Lord. He was entrusted with the protection of the Demon Lord's daughter and had sworn to guard her with his life. His mission was not just to protect her from others, but also to ensure that she could survive in a world where her existence could bring danger to her. With his last breath, Victor asks Kelvin to take the girl into his party and show her the world beyond the confines of her prison. After this heartfelt request, Kelvin agrees. He breaks the seal on the girl, and she awakens, clearly confused and disoriented. Upon realizing what has happened, she begins to cry, mourning the loss of the demon who had protected her for so long. Kelvin does his best to comfort her, assuring her that she is safe now. The team leaves the dungeon with the girl, making sure that no one knows her true identity. Erd is waiting for them outside, and Kelvin lies to him, claiming that the girl was possessed by a demon and that they killed it in the process. As proof, he gives Erd a piece of Victor's armor, further solidifying the lie. The team moves quickly, ensuring that no one can trace the girl back to her origins. As they continue their journey, they stop atop a mountain to take a moment and reflect. They realize that the girl's true identity must remain a secret, as revealing her connection to the Demon Lord could bring great trouble. The girl thanks them for rescuing her and promises to stay with them, though she is still deeply affected by the loss of Victor. Kelvin, Eiffel, and the rest of the team look ahead, knowing that the road ahead will be dangerous and full of uncertainty. But they are ready for whatever comes next, determined to protect the girl and stop the revival of the Demon Lord.